welcome to another episode of Get the Scoop. My name is Carly Cooper from carlycoopercoaching.com, where I help you get shift done. And I will teach you how to shift your mindset and shift your perspective so you can find your silver lining in any situation, and then teach you how to create a rich, full, and delicious business and life you love. So on today's episode, I want to talk about how to shift our mindset around getting fired or losing a relationship or just when you're not an ideal match anymore. So allow me to explain, because I had to do a little shifting myself last week. So in addition to my coaching business, I am also a workshop and seminar facilitator for a corporation who will hire me out, and they will send me to different corporations to do different wellness seminars and workshops. And in this one particular incident, I was contracted to continue to do, I think it was like 10 or 11 seminars over the next year. And I had already done 2 of them. So last week I went back, and it's the same corporation, but it was a different group of people. And, I was feeling a little sluggish that day. I was a bit tired from the night before. And I just went in and I did my presentation, but I remember thinking while I was in my presentation, the energy in this room kind of feels low. It feels a little bit heavy. I didn't feel that there was a connection between me and the people listening. I just wasn't feeling it. But the thing about this particular gig is that it doesn't matter, because I can't do any follow-up after, and I just sort of come and go, and that's it. But I remember having that feeling. And then the next day, my contact at the corporation called me, and she said that they want to switch facilitators. So moving forward, they don't want me to come in and do presentations for them anymore. And immediately it was sort of like, ow, that kind of stings a little bit. The ego gets involved, and I'm thinking, what's wrong with me, or what's wrong with them? And I wanted to immediately go into blame and resentment mode. And what I did is I shifted my situation, and I thought, okay, how can I take ownership of this? What's my personal responsibility and role in this? I didn't feel I did my best work. I didn't think it was horrible, but there wasn't a connection there. I didn't feel good about the presentation after. And so I understood where that was coming from. And instead of going into defensive mode or blame or anger or pointing fingers, I took a look at the situation. I took personal responsibility for how I can grow and learn from it for next time. And I also thought, okay, we just weren't a good match. I felt it, they felt it, and that's it. It doesn't have to be a whole, oh, well, I got to start changing, or I'm not good enough, or they don't like me, or what's wrong with me. And it doesn't have to be like, screw them, it's their fault, and they don't see the value in me. It doesn't have to get into that whole back and forth song and dance of craziness. Instead, I shifted the situation, I accepted it, and I just chalked it up to, we're simply not a good match. And that's taken me a lot of work, believe me. But when you're in a bad relationship, or if you go on a blind date that isn't great, instead of listing off and tweeting about it and telling 18 friends of why this person sucked, you could just simply say, just not a good match. When a client leaves you, or a prospect doesn't want to hire you, instead of blaming, instead of getting into self-doubt and into what's wrong with me, I need to change, it's just simply not a good match. We're not on the same vibrational frequency. That's it. So your action challenge for this week is to look at some of the relationships that are in your life right now. How do they feel? Do they feel really good, or do they feel toxic? Are you getting the respect that you deserve? Are the boundaries there? Really I'm sure there's going to be one that's just popping up into your mind right now. And instead of you trying to change yourself or trying to change the other person, just chalk it up as it ain't a good match and move on. So that's it. I would love for you to like this video if you liked the video, to share it with your friends or your family or your coworkers. I'd love for you to just subscribe to my YouTube channel, to follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest and Instagram, and to comment, because this is where the interaction happens. So head on over to carlycoopercoaching.com. Submit your comments. Let's have a back and forth thing going on. I really appreciate you watching and sharing. I know that some of you are doing that, so God bless you. I thank you for that. And I just wish you a very awesome week. So this is it. This is Carly Cooper from carlycoopercoaching.com, the place to be when you want to get shift done. Bye for now.